broadly look at what we are trying to do here in the class in bits and parts, you will see that we are actually trying to get a very coherent, cohesive idea on how information systems can help business. This has been reiterated time and again in the class. To understand this whole idea clearly, we have been discussing various frameworks. We are developing a lot of theories. Finally, what is expected from this discussion is that you get the overall picture of how to put these distinct ideas together and make them work. So this session, as a concluding session for a long discussion on the introductory topics, I will give you a complete overall picture of what has happened till now and what is that we are going to do from the next classes. Well, if you see the tool, let us put all the tools together and talk about them in a particular perspective. Starting from the last class, where we were discussing these issues, that there are 5 forces acting on any business. 5 forces acting on the business have to be dealt in some way. How do you deal with that? You form 1 to 12 strategies. So 5 forces which act on the business, which influence my business. I am just telling it influences. Whether that influence is a good influence or a bad influence, we are not doing that value judgment. It is influencing. Now to deal with that, you need some strategy. Those strategies are 12. Right? And then these strategies, to help these 12 strategies, IT come into picture. There are 12 strategies. You use IT to implement them. How can you implement? You can either directly use IT or indirectly use IT to implement them. Right? Finally, what will you achieve? Finally, what will you achieve? After applying strategy to a business organization, what is achieved?
Competencies.
The balance between quality and price, that is restored. Right? There is sanity in that balance. Now let us bring back whatever we discussed in the earlier discussion and put them together. Is this clear? Connection clear? Now moving backward. What did we say? Moving backward, what are our points of discussion? I am going in the reverse order. What are our discussions in the initial classes? Initial classes discussions were this, that see, there are strategies. Strategies have to be implemented using IT, either directly or indirectly. How do they manifest? They manifest in the form of information systems. Right? So if you are using IT directly into the organization, you will be getting information systems. So for example, say you want to have differentiation as your strategy. Now what should you do? Okay, differentiation in what? Differentiation in what? Differentiation in any business area. Any business area. So what we told was, we actually give you a framework. Remember this framework? Framework. How can you understand information system hierarchy? How do you understand that? We are going in the reverse order. Please understand. Reverse order. See, this should be applied to either of So you have marketing, you have sales, you have finance, you have HR, you have operations. 5 functional areas in business. So when there is a differentiation or any strategy being applied into the business, it should be applied to one particular area. For example, say differentiation. My product is different. Whom will you direct it to? The operations department. I am telling them that see, next time you are designing the product, design it in a different way. Fine. But please understand, if you change one, the change won't remain only in that, it will impact all others. How? How? The operation department says, yes, we need to design a new product, I need money. Then they have to contact the finance. Or they may say, we don't have the kind of expertise required to build a new product. Please get us more qualified people, HR. Or it may in turn say, okay, we will do the new design, but let us first understand what the people want. Goes to marketing. So what I am trying to say is, it will be very much wrong to understand that something will impact only one functional unit of a business organization. It's a ripple effect which is created here. Change in one causes change in others. It's natural because they are all interrelated. Right? So I will start implementing the strategy using an information system in any department. But as we discussed right now, one department change will affect others, so I should change everything. Now what are those information systems which undertake the business of looking after all other departments? The entire base of the organization. What are these called? ERP and enterprise resource planning systems and transaction processing systems. They also will be changed. Right? How do they act? You say I want to change a system. Necessarily, what are you really changing? What are you changing? I have to worry about hardware. I have to worry about the hardware, natural software. What did we say? What is the word we used here? Exactly. Services being catered by people and procedures. Are you getting the point? I am trying to backlink everything. So, I have selected a strategy. I want to implement the strategy using information system in one department. One department, everything changes. So I have to change this. I have to take care about this. Changing this means I should have new hardware, new services. New procedures should be formed. New people may come into picture. Everything will go. Are you getting the idea now? Let's take this again backward. Again backward. What is the ultimate use of all this? I will have a strategy. Okay, I will change the information. Transaction change, new hardware, new software, new people. Then what? What is the actual use of information system? What is actual use?
To enhance the business.
Enhance the business. How will I know that? Who is responsible for that? The management. The management wants a way to measure whether all the changes that they have done is actually working or not. So, above all this, see, these are independent. These are independent. By collecting all the data of these different information systems, we build one more level of information systems. Above this. Since there is a lack of space, I am writing it here. But you should actually consider them above this. 3 classes of information system. What are they? Above this,
Management.
MIS, ESS, ES. That is management information system at the lowest level. See, this is the ladder. Above this is MIS. What does MIS do? Collect all the data from these systems, consolidate it, right? Because you may relate it to the decision making ladder. I keep telling this. Management is always divided into three levels: operational level managers, middle level managers, and executives or senior managers. For example, consider a retail store. Consider a retail store. Let us come from here. For a retail store and understand this here. Retail store faces retail store understands that there is competition within and all these five forces acting on it. They decide to go for a particular strategy, whatever it may be. They will apply IT to build an information system. So what happens? At a shop level, each individual shops will be equipped with point of sale systems, payment machine, many tracking systems, everything will be automated. Right? That is this. So hardware will be barcode readers or RFID readers. There will be data management services, auto filling of the goods which are sold out and other things. High fund load is all these things are implemented. Finally, what happens at the shop? What do I want to know? At the end of the day, I want to know what is the amount of sales. Correct? That means I have to consolidate the data from different information systems, consolidate it on a timely basis at the end of the day, categorize it according to the items, perishable items, non-perishable items, this company, this product, complete report. That kind of system is called MIS, Management Information System. So what does Management Information System do? They collect data from different sources, consolidate them, maybe slice and dice the data in a good manner and present it. Right? Who needs that? Operational level managers who need it. At the shop, the manager there will need that data. He is happy with that data. Right? But think of a big retail shop. Somebody who is a zonal manager, he is not satisfied with the sales data of one shop. He needs much more data. That means all this data coming from different shops, he has to collect it, do some analysis, see that in Bangalore this is selling fast, in this region this is not selling good. Let us do something regarding it. So he needs a consolidated information at a higher level because he has to take decisions. That is why the name decision support systems. We don't call it decision making system, please. It's not decision making system, it is decision support system. You should take the decision. The machine will just help you. Right? Understand the philosophical meaning behind this. It supports decision. That means computers are not blameworthy. Tomorrow if something goes wrong, you can't blame the computer because it has not taken the decision. You have taken. It's interesting. Well, after that, next level, at a country level. At a country level, the manager sitting there, the babu sitting there, he wants to know how the company is doing at pan-India level. Not only that, he wants to know what the competitors are doing and then compare. See the market opportunity. Should I open new stores? Where shall I open? How will I know? I will get the data of all my stores. I will get the data of my competitors through some way. compare it, see why they are making profit, which region, then take that strategic decision. That is senior level management, executive level job. The kind of information system supporting that are called as expert systems. They are expert systems. This sits on the top of this, please understand. Right? Backtracking at that level is over. Again back. One step back again. What did we discuss?
Architecture and infrastructure.
Exactly. Now that I know that I have to implement this fundu information systems, how do I get the overall picture? The overall picture we said can be achieved through the idea of IT architecture. And if you remember, I gave you a conceptual framework on how to form the IT architecture. I said that you have to always consider the system as something consisting of your own organizational needs, your trusted business partners, and the general public. Right? Take our own retail example. I have decided that I need that many information system and all that. How do I start working? How do I start working? To start working, I need three things. I need to connect different entities within your organization. In this case, the different shops located in different cities. I need to connect them together first. Because I need to consolidate data, you see. Later, I need to connect your organization with your trusted partners. Trusted partners are, in this case, suppliers, guys who give you finance. All of them should be interconnected. This is trusted link, not the public link. Then,
Customers.
I have to connect you with your customers. How? I am not answering. I am just saying there is a need. There is a need. You have to form this completely. This picture should be revised again and again to form the complete framework. Got the point? One step back. Last one. Last one. That story will be complete. Please. Huh? The actual idea of a system. Exactly. This is the holy grail. You should not forget it or at any cost. It will always be within your mind. There is storage,
This diagram is nice.
there is control, right? Now, how do you implement this? How do you implement this? How do you implement this? You have to go back here.
This is the switch of
There is input, there is process, feedback, storage, control, environment, and all those ideas. You have to connect, we said, you have to connect your partners. How do you understand that? I understand it as there is a need. There is a need, that is input. There is a way to connect, that is process. Output is a form of how to implement that. In between there is data storage, there is control. So I will backtrack and reach the same. If you remember this much, if you capture this idea very well within yourself, repeat it again and again with some concrete example. This is nothing great. In Indian system, we call this, this is a system called in Indian tradition. Ganapata. You may wonder how in Indian tradition there is no writing. I don't believe much in writing and then reading from. The process of it is this. How do all these people remember such big slokas in Sanskrit? There is a method, it's called Ganapata. That is, you first reiterate it in a forward manner. Then repeat it in the reverse order. Do it in some random order. Repeating this over time and again, it becomes so fixed in your mind that is, it does not, you need not take all the troubles to mark up, take Xerox copies, micro Xerox unit test and all. A very simple method. It's all logically connected. You go this way or that way, the ideas are all connected. The moment you start making link using pictorial forms like this, you can remember. Not only remember them, recall them, repeat them, and most importantly, understand what these things mean. Right? So we started from here, then we have ended up there, or can start from there and here. So all same. Mysore Sutti, Mailara Sutti, Mailara Sutti, Mysore. Everyone. Right? So this is our current state. So in nutshell, what have we achieved? In a nutshell, our achievement till date is this. If you give me a business problem, for example, say some organization X requires information system. That is much more clear requirement. They will not say that. They say, I have a problem. Can you solve it? We have tools for diagnosis. We will use all these tools to do an analytical diagnosis of the system and say, yes, this is what you do. Right? Shall we take some case and actually see which case you want me to? Somehow the case study part is not going on as I expected. If anybody has prepared any case, don't expect me to. You, my expert opinion on cases.
Look,